So friends, Donald Trump filed a motion with his favorite judge, Judge Aileen Cannon, down in Florida, urging Judge Cannon to dismiss his entire case, his entire federal prosecution in Florida, claiming that he's being selectively prosecuted. Well, Special Counsel Jack Smith just filed his reply. And Smith has a little something to say about Donald Trump's claim of selective prosecution. Let's talk about that, because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So friends, Special Counsel Jack Smith just came out swinging again. This time in a new court filing in Donald Trump's federal prosecution down in Florida. This would be his unlawful retention of classified documents, obstruction of justice, and espionage case. Why espionage? Because he's indicted for violating our nation's espionage laws, so he is charged under the Espionage Act. This is the case that's being presided over by Donald Trump's favorite judge, one he appointed, one who has already been reversed by an appellate court once for doing a favor for Donald Trump that was an abuse of her judicial discretion. Yes, that judge. But Jack Smith is not pulling his punches. I, for one, am grateful that we have in Jack Smith a special counsel who is fighting with both gloves off, punching with both hands relentlessly. You know, he knows that our democracy is at stake, and he's fighting for it. He's fighting for us. So what I want to do, friends, is I want to read just about a page and a half of Jack Smith's brand new court filing responding to Donald Trump's absurd claim that he's being selectively prosecuting because other people who committed the exact same crimes as him are not being prosecuted. In the case of the United States of America versus Donald Trump, Waltine Nauta, and Carlos de Oliveira, defendants, Donald Trump makes the claim that he's being selectively prosecuted. Others who are similarly situated, that is the language of a selective prosecution claim. In other words, other people who committed the same crimes I committed are not being prosecuted. And they're similarly situated, but I am being prosecuted. That's wrong, and Judge Cannon, I want you to dismiss my case. Well, Jack Smith starts by saying none of those other people are similarly situated. There have been many government officials who have possessed classified documents after the ends of their terms in office, often inadvertently, sometimes negligently, and very occasionally willfully. There have also been a very small number of cases in which former government officials who have been found in possession of classified documents have briefly resisted the government's lawful efforts to recover them. But there has never been a case in American history in which a former official has engaged in conduct remotely similar to Trump's. Not defendant Trump, not Mr. Trump, not even Citizen Trump, and certainly not President Trump. He, Trump, intentionally took possession of a vast trove of some of the nation's most sensitive documents. Documents so sensitive that they were presented to the president, and stored them in unsecured locations at his heavily trafficked social club. When the National Archives and Records Administration, NARA, initially sought their return, before learning that they contained classified national defense information, Trump delayed, obfuscated, and dissembled. Faced with the possibility of legal action, he, Trump, ostensibly agreed to comply with NARA's request, but in fact engaged in additional deception, returning only a fraction of the documents in his possession while claiming that his production was complete. Then, when presented with a grand jury subpoena demanding the return of the remaining documents bearing classified markings, Trump attempted to enlist his own attorney in the corrupt endeavor, suggesting that he, the attorney, falsely tell the FBI and grand jury that Trump did not have any documents, and suggesting that his attorney hide or destroy documents rather than produce them to the government. Failing in his effort to corrupt the attorney, Trump enlisted his trusted body man, co-defendant Waltine Nauta, in a scheme to deceive the attorney by moving boxes to conceal his, Trump's, continued possession of classified documents. As a result, Trump, through his attorney, again returned only a portion of the classified documents in his possession, while falsely claiming, again, that his production was complete. The obstructive conduct even persisted from there. In June 2022, knowing that he had arranged for Nauta to move boxes to conceal them from Trump's attorney, and knowing that the government had subpoenaed the security video footage that would reveal the surreptitious box movement, Trump, now joined by not only Nauta, but also co-defendant Carlos de Oliveira, attempted to have the information technology manager at Mar-a-Lago delete the video footage that would show the movement of boxes. The defendants have not identified anyone who has engaged in a remotely similar suite of willful and deceitful criminal conduct and not been prosecuted, nor could they. Indeed, the comparators, that is, the people that they're comparing themselves to, the people they claim are similarly situated because they committed the same crimes and they weren't prosecuted, the comparators on which they rely are readily distinguishable. And then Jack Smith goes on in this new court filing to prove the point, shooting down Donald Trump's claims that there are other people out there who are similarly situated, who committed all the same crimes I committed, and they weren't prosecuted. Therefore, I shouldn't be prosecuted, because that would represent selective prosecution. Nonsense. And if Judge Aileen Cannon is an honest broker of the law, she will reject Donald Trump's motion to dismiss based on a selective prosecution claim. But you know what, friends? Frankly, I've almost reached the point regarding Judge Cannon where I hope she grants Donald Trump's motion to dismiss his case based on this absurd claim of selective prosecution. Why do I say that? Because Jack Smith would instantly appeal that ruling dismissing Donald Trump's case to the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals. And the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals would reverse Judge Cannon's decision to dismiss the case, smacking her down, that would be for the third time, for abusing her discretion and doing a favor that the law does not allow to try to help Donald Trump. And in the process, I would bet the 11th Circuit would also order Judge Cannon to be removed, recused from the case, and a new judge would come in and be appointed to preside over the federal prosecution of Donald Trump down in Florida. A judge that is fair, impartial, unbiased, a judge that has not abused his or her discretion in favor of Donald Trump previously. Yes, I would like to see a fair, impartial, unbiased judge preside over the federal criminal prosecution of Donald Trump down in Florida. Give him a fair trial, but give us, the people, a fair trial. And you know why I'd like to see a fair and impartial judge preside over Donald Trump's prosecution in Florida? Because justice matters. Friends, as always, please stay safe, please stay tuned, and I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.